change screen. So here's the first question. We already asked you the second question. Are A and B the same? So Cairo is the only person that think they are the same. But that's fine. Regardless, you should believe what you believe, and you should hold your ground. So it's walking away from the light 5 feet per second. Here's my first question that we should debate about. Is 5 feet per second dx dt or dy dt? So let's take another vote. Either dx dt or dy dt. Is the man walking at a rate of 5 feet per second away? So this man's walking at 5 feet per second, which is we thought was kind of not possible, but it's actually possible because you had to take 2 steps to get 5 feet, which is in 1 second is possible. And put in mind, this guy is also 6 feet tall too. So his step is way bigger than, let's just say, somebody much shorter. So are they dx dt or dy dt? Think about it. Okay, let's vote. The people who think it's dx dt, raise your hand. Cairo and Yasiel. Cairo again. Okay, he's the only one that stands on his ground. Okay, how many think it's dy dt? Raise your hand. And what happened to the rest of you? Those indecisive.
Wait, is your question based off of A or just?
In here, based on this drawing, this is the x, this is the y. Is walking away 5 feet per second is that dx dt or dy dt? Everybody had to take a vote. Everybody had to take a stand. Learn to take a stand. Okay, who says dx dt? Raise your hand again. Okay, 3, 4, 5. dx dt. Okay, which people choose dy dt? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the choice is this. You guys have to debate with each other. And you guys have to convince why your answer is right. No. You guys can talk. Go ahead, Emil. Go ahead and talk. You don't need to raise your hand. Convince each other. Those are only 2 options.
But why is she? Yeah, no. I mean, why? If you move, why is it gonna be changed? So the ratio of dx to dy, the ratio of x, y is gonna stay the same. So I'm saying that it would be dx plus 1.
Oh. We are only asking how fast the man's walking. So is that dx dt or dy dt? He's walking at 5 feet per second. So is that dx dt or dy dt?
Dx dt.
I'm gonna say dy. I mean, he's working. I don't know.
You repeat the question.
It seems like it's gonna be a cliffhanger today because of the class end at 1:34. Because you guys cannot convince each other.
Him walking at 5 feet dx dt or dy dt?
Yes.
So this is dx dt. If it was like this, no, it's just him walking at 5 feet. It's not like.
Wait, what did I say? I forgot.
You said dx. Yeah. And then you
You
choose
went
dy.
No. Wait. I picked the one Cairo picked. Which one did you pick?
Dx.
Yeah.
No. I said yeah. Wait, no.
Oh well, cliffhanger.
I don't even know what I'm arguing.
You still can go watch the video again. Just
I mean, the video, like, it helped on, like, one of the questions, but, like, it's just got me.
we also did a sphere question, I think.
That was yesterday.
Yeah.
I was here yesterday, but I was kind of confused. Like, I didn't watch the video.
Sorry, this gonna end up with a cliffhanger. Huh? For what? Yeah, you can. Of course, anybody can.
Have what that's mattered. Read my college essay about monkeys.
Okay.
Me and Dev, we were watching monkey videos.
So it has to be
We
either
were watching this monkey
DX
video
or
tonight.
DY.
Yeah, DXDT or DYDT.
So it's either one.
You can be only one of them.
Okay.
It's a very simple question.
So confused. Thank you for seeing it.
You too.
Yeah, Daniel might have approved this. Oh, King D3. King C2. Yeah, I think he's gonna win this game. And now knight C3 and knight B1. Also knight B5. Let's try E4 too. Yeah, now run the king up. Yeah. Knight E5. Probably up.
I'm a 3A.
Hi.
This is my 16th day in a row.
16?
I don't know, I wasn't counting.
I don't think you were 16.
But I've been here.
You've been here?
Since the test, I'm on this day.
Oh.
How was your mental health period?
I didn't do anything. We went out to play basketball.
You went and played basketball.
That's really my mental health.
That's better, yeah. Than watching a video.
How was that video? Huh?
The video was literally
And drinking lots of water, right?
drink water. And, you hang out with non-depressed people. And
You don't want to hang out with the Mr. Yeah. Mr. Yeah is pretty,
negative.
no, it just gives you a lot of homework.
Yeah.
That's like hurting your mental health.
That's what I put on my paper.
It's not Mr. Ye's fault.
Yeah. What do you think would better your mental health? Leaving Mr. Ye's class.
Drop Mr. Ye's class.
Yeah.
That's only choice. It's only choice. Drop Mr. Ye's class. Improve mental health.
120%.
I might get a shirt just says with my face on it and just say I don't believe in mental health.
You should, and then you should wear that for the next month.
It's almost, yeah.
I'm confused. It's a straight outside. I have to go make it. But you make it move. Nothing. Yeah, I didn't hear that. Second day.
It was good, except for 5. Everything else. I didn't understand. Someone in the chat said 70. It's a 17 number.
No, they meant 60.
Oh, okay.
Dude, it's like a store. Like a baby kid. Yeah.
No.
You know how they
Yeah. If it was just because you're off. That was fine.
Negative 15 on 16.
So here technically,
No,
this is
no.
going down, it would be negative. So that's why
Because
we
it's
did
dropping.
it. I got it.
That's calculating at what rate is it dropping, so just the number, it would be,
No, it's 32 and 30.
and it's dropping.
I just have mental health.
How would you say it again? How's it not negative?
Because
And then, yeah, then
are dropping, I'm dropping is the negative. So it's asking for the rate of change, and if it's dropping, that's that you have it as because you just ask how far the rate of change, it would be negative.
The rate of change is decreasing by an hour and then calculate how low your
I don't
mental
think it's affecting my mental health, but it is affecting my memory a lot.
This class affects my mental health.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah,
have
me
this
too.
class. If you want to improve your mental health.
I'll go back to my algebra one time.
Okay, good.
Number two.
Roger, did you write down all the questions?
I got them.
You spent time to write down all the questions?
Because then when I look back and I see what the question was, I can
Let
write,
me
oh,
show you.
that's how you got
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Plugged in the, plugged in the
You got
key
all
file wrong. Now, this is
I have this one, and then this is the
And then,
one from the
you
other,
just
the
take
other
derivative.
one.
You go to
Oh, I didn't see this one.
And then the zero. And then rate is 4, so you just plug that in.
You know what you're doing?
And then it says
Like,
the
math
instant
everywhere.
is.
Yeah,
So where it is.
I don't know the actual answers, but these are the answers.
Two
Like,
is it 5 or 2 or 1 over 2?
Right.
It's the same
Two?
thing.
And then,
Yeah.
solve for DRT.
One
Oh,
half.
yeah. So then just
There's
8
2 and 2.
pi over
1 over 2 pi, and another one is 5 over 2.
It would be 1 half pi, not 1 over 2 pi. Does that make sense?
Now, we just got an answer. How do you get 1 over 2
It's not,
without
it's not,
Do you know
it's
what
not
Can you explain it?
1 over 2 pi,
Yeah.
because you multiply the 2.
Oh, wait, no, I knew that. I didn't
You
think
can't,
Ah.
but it's 1 half pi.
Oh, I know.
That's 5 over 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's big deal.
I'll show you number 5. Okay. Okay, so I did the
Okay, how
triangle.
about Hey, do you get check answers?
See this one? I actually got out someone. I was like looking at it like 5 minutes. Yeah, 6.
Oh, yeah,
I got it.
Yeah.
I just messed up the mind.
I messed up on the negative as well. I'm
So
not
you
gonna
got.
write that
And then this one I genuinely
Yeah.
got.
Then I put y on the
down.
upside down on the
I
bottom.
did the speed equals distance over time.
Yeah.
But then I got the same.
Did you
Why
guys?
is it y?
Because you cut out. Because
Then they say
I just knew that 3 halves meant 1 times 0.5.
right now, you do it.
50 per second.
And one meant, or sorry, 3 halves meant 3 halves.
How did you know to multiply the two?
Okay. Wait, so the 8 is the length of the line. So the base
Yeah.
x equals
That's the only other expression I give you.
Then that's why I use speed equals distance over time. Because then it's just like if you have just those variables.
If you're driving for 1.5 hours and you're doing a
and
constant.
then 7
Yo,
is the length of the line.
we're gonna be doing the, like,
So
the
then I
makeup
use
test
the.
for the last test.
I plugged in the.
Probably.
You guys wanna come to a study group that me and Nick are doing?
I'll tell you
I
what.
did.
Oh, okay.
And
He's probably better than us.
And then 64 plus y squared is equal to 9. So 8 squared plus y squared, we don't know why, right? We don't know why. Y squared is equal to.
Like that help. That help.
If I do squared,
So we can find TR.
That's what we did.
you put the 2 feet.
On his break, we had a question about one of the.
Oh, you put 17 there. Yeah. 17 long.
Yeah.
Wait, the ladder is 17 feet long? Yeah.
Oh, that's a
You
good
were
question.
17. Yeah. Okay, 17 feet, and then that's 17 squared. And then you can go for y squared.
Don't order.
Wait, so is that
Okay, so
negative 4?
64 minus, what is this?
Yeah, and then like that's true.
Of 41. Because I got negative 8.
Well,
we get
y
negative
squared,
2.
so then 64
I got negative 1.6,
minus 125.
which is what you got. How is it negative
No, no.
That's not such a bad benefit.
And then square root of 2
And then
Because it was the only place that hired 15-year-old. But now that I'm
Okay, so now we have
I'm gonna
y.
quit.
So now come on. So now you do the derivative
No, I'm gonna work at Elk Fitness because they're hiring.
I want to put you away.
They also hire 15-year-olds.
They give you a break.
Good job.
Yeah, they get 6.
I'll bring you guys high chew tomorrow if I have. What? Oh my god, that's so good. Thank you.
So I forgot to give
Wait,
you.
these look so similar like what was that? Venezuela. She's probably are these. Yeah. They have these cookies, but not exactly. We have these Moroccan biscuit cookies there. It says Maria on them, Maria on them. We call them Maria.
Oh, interesting.
And then it's- and some of them are like, two of them together with chocolate inside, some of them are just.
Still negative 6.
And then you probably do a bit of a which one.
Could you get me like?
Yeah. Wait, you are.
Yo, I'm like
Okay.
crazy. I think I'm gonna get every single question right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got number 1. I got number 1. Alright, I got number 2.
So you plug in.
Oh, bro.
Wait, my x is 8. Yeah. 2 times 8. And then the x on the bt is 2 because that's the 2-3%. Right.
Right.
That's 2 y.
This
No, no, oh, you have 15.
I got number 2.
Okay. So when you pull that,
Yeah, and then they're gonna like this.
it's 2c. What
Oh.
is it again?
Just
17.
yeah, because no, if you're going like this, it feels weird.
If you're doing plus, you have like no.
That's fine.
There's no.
Oh my god.
Oh, you're so right. Okay.
So you should hold the light.
That's your right. 2 times 8.
It's like then people's gonna choose the right.
2.
But you know, that's similar. And it looks cool. That's why. Put a light on the. So that's the brain. Oh, no.
Negative 32.
Okay, well, you look at
Minus
them
5.
Oh, no. I know that.
4. Even not 3. Okay, what are you dividing by 4? Sorry. 16
It's not, because they did.
over 50. There we go. That's so annoying. Well, I just simplify it more. Yeah, simplify it more. Your explanation. Huh? Not 60. No, you can't divide 30 by, I mean 32 by 6.
You're supposed to weigh it and put it
Only
in.
by 8. Yeah, 8 times 4. Yeah. I was just like, okay, probably kind of simple. Yeah, no, it's nice. That's everything.
16 here, 4 here.
That's very fun. We're so good.
Yeah. Whoa.
I don't know how to explain that.
This is definitely.
Oh, I did not. Picture 5. How much do I
It's good too.
I
Yep.
don't know if I got 7.
Wait, you want another strawberry one?
78.10. Oh, I got that. Thank you, 78. Yeah.
Bro, where did
No,
you
the
go?
intro was 78. Yeah.
It's like something on.
Okay.
Brenda, you didn't do homework?
This is not that.
What?
Yeah.
You do homework?
Yeah.
Where is it?
It was worth it though. It's got all.
I didn't even know.
Alternate.
Oh.
Yes, so I asked you help. Let me see what you got.
No, that's not a homework.
That is.
I asked you help for number 4.
Yeah.
Number 7. Oh wait, I still don't know. I still didn't finish number 4.
Brenda, I don't know. I don't know what to talk to you about, but that's not a homework. That's just the answers. There's no work. Same thing as before. Send a picture to your dad and say what he said. Because
She's very
Yeah, I woke up in Florida, and there was like,
Are you serious? Yeah, you gotta do that volume. Oh, I did the volume, but then I got. That's a lot of writing. You use the volume to find the DSP. And then you plug it in. Yeah, so I'm like, for you to really do like a whole. I didn't do it right. Okay. I just did the volume and this area.
I'm gonna say like, the kid didn't do any work. But he's got answers, but he didn't do any work. How are you gonna get answers? How are you gonna write the test? You can't. It's not work like that.
Wait, what's the X in the circle there? Five? The X? No. Yeah, S is 5, right? So 5 times negative 10 over 25. Because the SVT is negative 10 of the the SVT equals negative 10 goes to the volume.
No, I got.
But I thought this was the rate. Top below. That's the volume, right? And then that's the, no, that's the volume and that's the surface area. So I need to find the derivative of just that right there.
Oh, yeah.
And then the derivative of the volume. Okay. So then you already know what the S equals.
Isn't it 5 or 2?
Yeah. What was it? 5? Yeah, 5. You know, you plug in 5. The derivative of
102.5.
12 times 5. Yeah, derivative of surface area. Oh, you're talking about volume. Okay, 3 and 5. 3 times 5 is
Yeah.
7 squared. No, 5 squared. Yeah, this, oh yeah. 3 times 25 is 75. Yes. 25 times 3 is 75. Yeah. So it would be 75 plus the SVT equals DVDT. And wait, hold on. So I got 3.5. Chill, that's wait, why is it negative 10? I'm so confused. Your DVD is negative 10. But that's my rate. So this is here, not here. It's the volume. It's decreasing for the volume. So you already know. The DVDT is negative 10. Yeah, and then you put it there. Yeah, you don't know the. You can find the DVD, but the DVDT. Wait, okay, look. This is the derivative, right? And this is when you plug in the 5. And that is oh, and then you find the derivative of both sides. Right. So DVDT. And then that's negative 10. Wait, this is negative 10. That's negative 10. So what is this dx? Oh, that's the value for value. Oh, here, oh, yes, you're right. Wait, okay, DVD.
Thank you.
75. The rate of change for the volume. Yeah. Okay. Over 75. Over 75. So it'd be negative, and then you plug in the. And you plug in. Yeah, you plug in the negative because over 75 into the. What's the B?
Interesting.
Maybe.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe you go.
Okay. It would be 60 times negative 70. I mean, 10 over 75. Yeah. And then maybe. That's the SAT. So the SA over. SA over DT. 60 negative 60. It would be negative 5. Which is.
Any questions?
Drum roll.
No question?
No. Did you do the math? No, I swear. 5. Okay, we won't. It's not fair. That is uses that. It's actually square. So no, this is the yeah. I didn't swear. She did it right. Oh, okay. 60 times negative 10 over 75. Oh, 75. Wait, okay. You didn't roll again.
Yeah. Give me the lead.
Yeah. Yeah. Shut up. I got it.
Yeah, just, I know, I'm gonna go to keep.
But what
we got it
DOT?
We got it done. All of them.
What if
it? You can have it. Yeah, he left us. Biscuit covered in chocolate. It's right.
Local market. Yeah, I like that place.
These are good with tea. Tea and coffee. I keep getting these like scammer bank emails of like your account will be suspended. Yeah, I'll, like I get like from like Boba and like Space Coast, like these random bank. They're like your bank, and like your thing's gonna be confiscated. Like okay, I'm broke anyway. It doesn't matter.
Happy birthday!
Like, take my like
Happy birthday!
take my take all my money away. Like okay, like take it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Yes, it is.
Matthew, how old are you gonna? How old are you turning? How old is he?
How old
17. How old are you? 12. That's pretty cool.
Oh.
I love little boys.
Marcos, you should have been there. I was trying to box Matthew out.
You're trying to box him out?
Yeah.
Basketball?
Yeah.
Did you do it? You made a 3 on you? You
Yeah.
let his range take over? He has range now? I even hit wide values now. Dude,
Actually, no. I think I know better.
So when he just say who asked, right? They don't even know who actually asked. So they're referring to like an imaginary person, right?
Huh?
Yes, but who asked? Nobody, right?
Wait, are we supposed to do anything now?
Yeah, we are. I'm just waiting for them to finish. Okay, you guys finish? You guys finish? We gotta go. Next topic.
Which also equals I, right? But -1 is imaginary, right? And imaginary equals I. I asked.
Wait, I need to double check. It was -3.5.
Where's Tony?
Yes. Inch square per minute. -8. Oh. -8 over square root of. Oh, -8. Yeah, I
Just give him my flashlight. And then we'll be like,
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Your glasses, Marco.
I'll keep him. I'll give him. No, please, I need him, bro.
He just increased his IQ by like 30 points.
I need a 30-point IQ increase.
my lightsaber.
That's what I
Bro, then you only have 30. Dude, I need it. It's better than 0. Alright, bye. Have fun.
Bye. Okay, so we got this question on the board.
I'm here.
Yesterday we did the angle problem. Do you guys understand the angle problem? The prior one, like this one. Do you understand this one? Okay, so your homework is gonna have something to do with this. You're solving for d theta dt. You fast solving how fast the angle is changing. Should I go over again?
Yes,
Yes.
Okay, remember this question? I did a video on it. It says find the rate which angle between the ladder and the wall is changing when the base ladder is 7 feet from the wall. Now, yeah, and we talk about the dx dt is 2 and dy dt is -7/12. And the ladder is 25. The angle between the ladder and the wall is the blue part with the theta. And I think Rebuff says using tangent yesterday, but tangent doesn't help you. Oh, Danny? Okay, so Danny says using tangent. Tangent is not the best choice. The reason why is you don't use the constants leverage. So instead of tangent, you should use cosine and sine. But I hear sine is actually better than cosine, just because the opposite is giving 2 feet per second. Now, if you were to use cosine, then your dy dt, you better make sure you calculate right. You should result the same answer regardless, but the problem is you might have a carry the error mistake. So that means you might have an error on the part A, and you cannot answer part C. So they say, the question says, find the rate which angle between the ladder and the wall of the house is changing where the base of the ladder is 7 feet away from the wall. When they are 7 feet, also represent their 24 feet height of the situation. So what I would do is I will take the sine of theta equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Well, I have 3 choices, but I'm going to pick this one because this one has a constant on the bottom. And then you're going to get this. So it'll be sine of theta equal to x over 25. The x is the opposite side. 25 is a ladder. Sine of theta is going to be that. And then we're going to take a derivative. When you take a derivative, make sure you have chain rule. Cosine theta, d theta dt. And if I write a 1 in the front, you see that was 1 over 25 divided by dx dt. And you can move over. So be d theta dt is equal to 1 over 25 times 2 times 1 over cosine theta. And cosine theta can change to secant theta. And secant theta is a ratio. So that 25 over 24 is, you get it from before. Because 25 is the ladder length, 24 is the y value. You get Pythagorean identity. So you get 1 over 12 radian per second. Now, some people don't know how fast a radian per second because nobody ever measure angle by radians, except in this class or in IB class, things that nature. Usually in pre-cal, we usually answer in how much degree, right? So notice 1 radian is equal to 57.3 degrees. That can give you some idea of understanding because 1 radian is 57.3 degree. 1 over 12 of that is roughly 5 degree per second change.
112 radian?
Yeah. So 1 radian is equal to 57.3 degree. You can divide it by I don't know, to 12. If you divide by 12, it's less than, it's a little bit less than 4, or a little bit more than 4, very close to 5. So we're going to say 5 degrees per second, which is kind of makes sense. If you're sliding down, the angle is increasing by about 5 degrees per second.
Wait, would they let you do that in like your answer? It's gonna be like, well, it's like about 5. So would they accept that?
No, they take a radian. They don't take degrees. In AP exam, none of the answers in degrees. Everything is going to be in radians. But a lot of people don't understand radian. For them, it doesn't make sense. But for you to make sense, is 1 radian is equal to 57.3 degrees. You can write it down so that way you know next time when people ask you 1 radian. And how do you get 1 radian? It's 180 degrees divided by pi. Divided by 3.14. So it's 57.3. I read it right here. We have this question. This is a very infamous problem. Like, that's so famous that it's on every single textbook. And I always go to like education trade shows. I assume some math education company trying to post this question on the board. But the problem, they solve it wrong. Kind of funny. Because they don't know calculus. And they will make it like it looks like a very, very fancy stuff. So I want you to look at this question, and we're going to do an experiment on this to show you what happened. A lot of you guys don't know, if you're walking away from the lamp, the shadow goes what? It gets longer. It's really creepy, like as you're walking away from the lamp at nighttime, right? I got a flashlight here. We can create a shadow. I'm going to show you. We cover up the door so we can do unspeakable thing to you. be with the flashlight. I want you right now draw a picture of this situation. I think drawing a picture is, you don't have to be fancy. You just need to draw a light, a lamppost. And let's see if you can draw it correctly. I already have a drawing done, so I will show you my drawing in a second. Okay. This is my picture. Did you draw yours? You did? Huh? What'd you say? Oh, I didn't show you yet. This is my picture. Also think about what kind of relationship I'll be using. This picture is really, go back to look at relationship. The relationship you should can establish. I speak of this picture before. The guy is 6 feet tall. He's got really long neck, really short arm, really short leg. Is that proportion? No, that's not really proportion to the light, because the double light is actually 12. So that means this man is way too tall. He's walking away at 2 feet per second. Or 5 feet per second. Sorry, I lied. First question. Try to record this one again and see what happened. Okay, so first question of list questions. So I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. The first question I'm gonna ask you is this. The man is walking away from the post, and I assign a variable on the bottom with the x and y on the bottom. The x is the shadow length, and the y is between the man and the lamppost. Am I going too fast? Okay. The man is walking at 5 feet per second. Here's my first question. Is that a dx dt or dy dt? You guys have to make a choice, and you have to stand your ground, whether they're dx dt or dy dt.
What we're solving for?
No, we're just going to tell you the walking at a rate of 5 feet per second. Is that a dx dt or dy dt? Okay, so that's your opinion. So you guys all have to choose one. I'll give you 30 seconds to choose one, whether they're dx dt or dy dt. You still have 20 seconds. Think. You have 10 seconds. You have to choose one regardless. Okay. People who pick dx dt, raise your hand. People pick dy dt, raise your hand. dy dt? Okay. So the people who are dx dt need to convince dy dt their answer is right. And the people who are dy dt want to convince dx dt is right. So you guys are going to convince each other. Go.
Crazy.
We're all DY. Are you DX?
I don't want to think we
Okay, I said,
wait,
okay, I said DY
so the
because
range,
it's increasing.
so if he's just
Yeah.
walking
So
away,
as you move,
there's
it's
a bigger
increasing.
change.
So why would I call it correct?
One percent, right?
Yeah.
So
But
it's
it's already
him walking
Yeah.
DY
I
is like.
don't need, but I just know that the Y is increasing.
That is
It just
walking
takes
50 with the basic one.
Yeah.
That is the
Like,
Y,
why would you
so
do
that
that?
is not like what the XP,
Yeah.
that is not what 5 feet per second. What 5 feet per second is
Because
when you walk the rate of 5 feet per second, that's D. I feel like D's because like, that is the base. Walking 5 with the
Yeah,
and
it's
all
not
you do, when 5, 5, 5, that's the XDT, that's already what.
Wait, but the shadow is moving
But
ahead.
you know, like you're adjusting that just because like
No, no.
DX
Okay, well now,
DX
two shadows
makes sense, but
X.
if you're looking at the function walks
That makes sense for
away
DX.
from the light,
But then
how are you
why is
looking
it?
how the face walking away from the light?
Yeah.
Because
No, what-
when
you
you leave
all-
why
it
doesn't matter.
increasing as he walks away. But then for DX,
He's walking away.
you're asking what the
That means
tip of his
just
shadow
him
is
walking away.
between X and
Walking away from the light.
X. And then-
So that it would be.
So you guys stay the same.
We're not talking about the
Uh,
DYDT.
yeah.
Because that's
I
what
won't
it
get through it.
is by itself.
I'm gonna say DY.
Him 5 feet per second. That's him one
We're all the same.
way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll change.
He's changing, okay, so I have one person switch, or one from the two
And
side.
he's
Why do
like,
you think DX?
Okay, how about this? Did anybody change?
I'm still.
I'm actually thinking.
I mean, DY.
I'm thinking DYDT. He's thinking.
I'm convinced you changed my.
Okay, how about
We both said.
We're both going.
both
If
change?
you- if you- Oh yeah, 10, whatever.
Okay, so Matthew.
You know what's really incredible?
You can't just keep on using that because you're not.
Matthew still staying with
Well,
the
he gave us,
With the actual
he gave us
work
a
on that,
A.
How about that?
at a
was
rate
A.
of 5.
It'll have to be
B
X.
plus D.
When he's already walked 10, right? 10?
We're not talking about the 10.
I know, but it's there because what, that's what you asked for, just 10 feet away, so when
You're
you're
just
already
fine with it all with the
It's the only thing that makes it different, because when you're already 10 feet away from the base, you already went 5, 5, so you already went 2 inches over 5, right? And this is like, it's
Wait, but what
not
do you-
like
what do you
what
solve it
completed,
for?
it changes still how much you have to go.
Yeah.
So DY didn't need
Because
it,
we're not
we
solving
needed
for
to.
either of them. We
Whereas
just
this,
like,
the distance is currently going as it keeps going. The 10 is just what the distance he already completed.
why couldn't he walk from the lamp to 10 feet away?
Oh, that is
Using
DX.
walking 5 feet a second.
Well,
Okay.
your logic
Good
doesn't work on
debate,
me.
Kat.
Yeah.
Go. Let's go.
Because yeah,
No, because this is still the rate, this is the distance you already walked, that distance, that like rate still like, you can't apply it to that because the distance you already is going at.
Alright, so let's go again. Those of people vote DXDT, raise your hand. So still stand 4 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anybody switch? 6. I have 1 person change to DXDT. Okay, I'm not going to answer. You guys still have to debate each other.
okay.
Or you guys can convince your teammate that switch.
Alright.
Or you're convince everybody else. I'm telling you, one day it happened like this 1 year. I had valedictorian in the school
You want to be
convince everybody
Okay, one of these.
that
Okay.
his answer was right, but ended up he was wrong.
Right?
Valedictorian who has 1.0 GPA.
That's what
Sound like the-
you
Okay.
don't
We're
look
finding,
look at 10.
okay,
So
he's
why
walking away at a rate of 5
You're
feet.
asking
And what is the tip of his
Which one?
shadow?
Is it
Okay,
light or
okay,
X?
think about it. If
Saying
it's-
that
if the
Y
light is coming from here,
it
and
would
his shadow is being
the
cast,
reaction is wrong. Because
But then as he walks away,
away from the light.
the
You're
Y
away
is
from the light,
increasing.
not
The Y, I know, as he walks away from the lamp,
So
his shadow is increasing, which means
Yeah.
nothing is wrong because the Y also exactly.
One more minute, we can contour this, but since you guys cannot contour this answer, then we're not gonna tell you today. It's gonna be a split finger.
What area? Which the area doesn't matter. What?
Uh-oh.
I
We
just
have
don't
a
know.
black.
Alright, if what's going, if, exactly. Wait, because now my argument was supporting X, because if you go further away.
What is DXDT?
Alright, I sorry, time to
What is DXDT
No one converted to moral tables.
No one indirectly converted off.
Remember 1 year about the tutorial convert everybody to this side.
Her mere presence gets all of us.
You know, I guess.
What is it?
Exactly. Oh my
What
god.
is it?
I'm gonna sit like this now. When you see supported DXDT. Yeah.
No, it's not. It can only be one.
After you walk away, the tip.
All right, time's up.
No, Anthony.
I'm not going to answer. I'm gonna pose the second question.
I just can't explain why it's
I'm gonna pose the second question. You see that part A and part B, are they the same or are they different?
Wait,
B is when he has he is when he has 10 feet from the base of
B
the
is actually the length.
No, that's the length.
That's what we should find.
Oh wait, A is moving and B is changing. Oh no. B is
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Y.
Last time.
B is Y and A is Z. Because the tip of its shadow is here. Yeah, that. And then the length of its shadow is on Y.
Yeah.
You were asking it's the same.
What is the tip of your shadow? Like your head?
It'd be your head.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And so when you walk away from a light, your shadow is like this.
Yeah.
So it's like this.
We don't
Then
know.
that's X. Yeah. Not.
I'll say yes so that you don't have to continue.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. We changed. DXDT. Yeah.
Yeah.
First one.
We already finished that. We're not gonna tell you the answer until tomorrow now.
What?
Because nobody,
Yeah, that's not fair.
nobody got confirm this for sure.
No.
Well,
Yeah, but there were some people still DYDT though.
They don't matter.
yeah.
Only matter. Okay, yeah, exactly.
Okay, you got the, we got a second question. A and B, are they the same or are they different?
Different.
Different? Okay, come here.
Oh, no.
Alright, who's 6 feet tall? Oh, the marker.
This marker is 6 feet tall.
Oh, you are not 6 feet tall. Are you sure? Okay, you know what, I believe. Well, you're up first.
Somebody hold a light here. Okay, so this is how the way they think about it. So they talk about tip of shadow. So here, and somebody record this whole situation. Record the, yeah, okay. Here. We said if this marker is 6 feet tall, see, 3 marker, each one represents 2 feet, perfect. And this is the light post, right? So if I'm walking away, is the tip of the shadow or the shadows growing, are they the same?
Yes.
Oh,
What's the question?
The tip of the shadow.
look at the question. Look at the question on the board.
What rate is?
Read again.
Well, are they asking like how,
Hold that.
like the miles per hour?
Trying to steady.
Put on the line.
Okay, are they the same or are they different? Different? Which one's which? How do you define us? The tip of the shadow, or how do you define the shadow growth?
Is the shadow growth just the shadow length?
Okay,
Like
How about the
before
tip
and
of shadow?
under?
Tip of the shadow is when the shadow length is the same, but the tip is.
What if it's like the tip is the distance from the light post to the tip? I mean, we can't say DOT over DOT.
Right.
So maybe like,
How far this moves?
Well, if the man is moving, then the distance is gonna increase regardless.
Very good question. Very good statements from a lot of you guys. How fast? How likely? How fast?
Yeah, how fast is it to move?
It just moves. I think it's.
So let's just ask it this way. Here you
You know,
measure
like,
the situation. You have to define like from which part to which part is the tip.
Or like if the tip is like growing as the length is staying same, then the length is still in.
But
The tip is part of the length.
Okay, the next question is, does it matter how far this man in the light?
Yes.
Does matter?
If it's further than. I mean, but his shadow is so much smaller. So the distance how that the man is matters. Yeah,
Okay.
it does matter.
It's breaking over, right? Okay, so we're gonna let you guys think about it today.
You gotta tie it straight to the leg. Sleeping. I'm just answering.
Okay, make sure you keep it.
I need the answer. No,
Bye, guys.
So yeah, wait, is it on the answer?
You're gonna have some other homework about it. What?
Mr. A, did anyone get an answer today?
No, nobody able to convince the other person. Like I said, one thing, I had one person I able to convince is not Norris. And he turned everybody to his way of thinking. And now he was wrong.
Oh my god.
Because everybody thought he was smart.
You would make a good
So he started slowly convince everybody his answers.
Yo, could you have guys just all said one answer and like
Alright.
thought about it to yourself the way you find the right
No,
answer?
we know you're faking it.
It's alright then.
Your name starts with art. Is that how? I would say that is. Is that how? Are you saying it all? What? That's for this one. Ooh, waterfall. I'll do that, but I heard it.
Thanks for,
Yeah, I like the demonstration.
yeah, you guys should think. Always.
Yeah. Can you see my homework from Tuesday night over here yesterday?
What?
Can you see my homework from yesterday?
Yeah, I see. You're fine. I don't have a problem with you.
Thank you. Yeah, you're also doing tomorrow, right?
Yeah, but tomorrow is, remember you had to take the test?
Yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
What do you got with that?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4. Brandon, I don't know what's gonna get through your brain. That's not the way to work. If you like this, it doesn't matter how many times I give you a retake, you're gonna get the same exact score. You're not trying to understand how things work. You just write down the answers. That's never gonna help you in life. You do not just go play in a band without practicing. That's just the way it is. But if I cannot convince that, then this is not a class for you. I will continuously give you a failing grade if you continues to work that way. I do hopefully, sincerely, hopefully that you can change. And I know you're smart. And I do know that you can change. But the problem is right now you don't want to change. So there's nothing I can do.
No, I do want to try to change, just I don't have enough time to be able to do all the work because I have a lot of funk in my other classes too.
Well, other people is in the same boat, right?
Yeah.
But you didn't even try one question. You didn't even try two questions. Let's just say put it that way. The one question amount of work is that much. Now, if you try, let's say, three questions, I understand. Now, you didn't try any and just write down the answer and fool me, try to fool me. The problem is you even lied to me, says, the problem is you even tried to lie to me is tell me that you did it. But you only have the answer without the work. And that's the same thing. I don't know you struggle in other class or not. You might be, you might not. I don't know. But look, if you approach it this way, it's just not gonna get it done. And if you think I'm gonna ruin your GPA, this class will if he's not changing the attitude. I told you that already. The attitude is not changed, and it's the same. And there is no point. No point you staying here. Stay the same. If you're not getting better, then go to some other classes. I don't give you failing grade because that's gonna appear on your transcript.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it is. But even let's just say idiot, the kid has much lower math skill than you, much lower math skill. That he put in a lot of effort into things. Is he getting better? He's already doing better. He doesn't know it, but he putting 100% effort the time that he was here. Hi. Janisha, do you understand the homework?
From yesterday or?
From yesterday.
I'm pretty good on that.
You're pretty good on that? So you can keep on lying to yourself, but that doesn't help you and doesn't help me. And that's just sad for me to see that is kids are just trying to do that all the time. I just don't want to get caught in between that you lie to your parents as you did the work, but you're not doing the work. I'd rather just be truthful. Just tell them you didn't do it. You need somebody to help you. They can hire a tutor to help you, and that's fine. You know, there is plenty of people can tutor you and can guide you through step by step. And if that's what you need, then you have to tell your parents that's what you need. I can refer them a tutor. I can refer them a couple people you know in the band who does very good.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Well, yeah. So there are people already doing that. Mason's doing that. Nicholas doing that. They are getting help. They're getting outside help besides actually tutoring. But tutoring, you don't ask questions, so there's no way it can be beneficial. I had to come to you, says, okay, and let me help you with this problem. Then there's a slight issue between you and the situation. If you have to go, you have to go. If you want to do the work, get the work done.
I do.
Okay. Well, don't tell your dad says you stay after school tutoring because you lied to dad. Your dad's a nice guy. I just really think if he's misunderstanding the whole situation. He think I don't want to give you the grade. No, I'll give you anybody any grade. Not because I put effort in there. You haven't.
No, he just thinks that your way of doing the grades is wrong.
Well, He can think otherwise, so he can switch different classes. Trust me, you in Cooper's class is gonna be probably worse than where I am right now. But you know, I'm a very nice person. I don't usually fail kids. When 80% of people have A last year, you can ask any band kid. You can ask Paige, you can ask Maria, you can ask Zach, you can ask Ferris, you can ask RJ, you can ask Katie, you can ask Sydney Bosch, you can ask Sydney Bosch was horrible in math. Horrible. But the kid give me 100% of work. He failed every single test. Every single test he failed. She. You can ask. You can go ask her, Sydney. Go ask her. See how many tests you failed. She would tell you she didn't pass any of them. I give her final grade as a B. Not because of anything. She gave me maximum effort. Have you give me a maximum effort? I don't think even you can lie to me in front of your face says you give me maximum effort. If you say you didn't know how to do all 7 problems, okay. Did you try to do maximum effort to do 4 of those problems? The truth is not. The truth is the idiot is much weaker in math than you. He put in more effort than you did. If you see his work, it's all there. Don't lie to yourself and don't lie to other people because you know, you hurting people like me or you hurting people like your dad. And that's a bottom line. Be truthful. Truth set you free, and I really believe that. It's total truth. You need help. And you don't have enough time. That's the truth. If you want to speak of that truth, then you should communicate with your dad. Because I spent 2 hours talking to him.
When?
About 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
And he's worried about, oh, my grades. I said the kid's grade doesn't matter. Grade is insignificant. And you will know why the grade is insignificant one day. You don't get it right now. Nobody gonna ask you, you know, anything else. Anyway, you gotta go. I'll have a chat with him now. So that way he doesn't misunderstand me.
What?
About the situation that you showed the homework like this. You lied to me and lied to me over again.
I never legit do the homework even if I don't have to work for it.
You know that's supposed to have work come with it. I already told everybody yesterday, I said, so this is not a Christmas tree. That's not a way to do things. Why is everybody okay, let's say misunderstanding, then there should be 3 other people that misunderstand. But every single person that in this room, even Reba, as bad as it gets, like Reba has more work than you do. And Rebob's work is a mess. You could ask him to show your work is a mess. But he said he'd give me the maximum effort. Okay, I can take that. The answer is not come out blue. This is not algebra 1. This is not pre-algebra. Stop lying to yourself. You're still lying through your teeth. And that's what pissed me off. It's like you lie to yourself, you justify your own actions. But even though that's one question there, question 6 is over there. There's one question 2 on the blue part. That's a much work on the blue part, but you didn't even show that part. You didn't even show DADT, you just showed the answer. Hi. What? No, more people will show. It just they probably have meeting and stuff. Why? You don't want to be in the room with me? Am I intimidating?
I said all managers people are coming.
Oh. Okay.